right? Welcome, guys. Rings of Power is really, really, really bad. It's bombing. They're trying to spin this as positive, but the data just shows an incredible decline. This is awful for the show. It's also awful for Amazon Prime because they've invested a lot of money into this. A lot of money. So new Nielsen data, which is an independent tracker, shows massive decline in watch time for The Lord of the Rings of Power between Season 1 and Season 2. And it's not just a small bit, like it's huge. The decline is huge. So hit subscribe if you're new here. Turn those bell notifications on. I'll put this article down below. But as I say, new viewership data from Nielsen reflects other data points that show that Prime Video's The Lord of the Rings of Power lost a significant amount of its viewers between the first and second season. Now, we had an independent tracker called Samba TV. We haven't seen Nielsen ratings yet. This is the first sort of slew of data to begin, mining through and double checking and seeing whether this is the case or not. So yeah, it's just fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. So Nielsen reported back in 2022, following the show's 2-episode premiere, that it brought in 1.253 billion minutes watched, right? So that's important, okay? Now the data tracking firm is reporting that the Season 2 3-episode premiere, so again, first season had a 2-episode premiere, second season has a 3-episode premiere. So first season premiere was 1.253 billion minutes. Season 2 premiere of 3 episodes is only 1.015 billion minutes watched. That's awful. That's really bad. Because these episodes weren't short. So the minutes matter. That is real bad. That's real bad. Also, we actually don't know how much of this is the first season either. Right? Because it says episodes 11. And that matters as well because Nielsen is just tracking the whole thing as a whole. So we don't actually know. It's not saying. This is just the show as a whole is in the streaming charts. Right? So it could be quantifying some of the previous season as well into that. Now it says this. If you do a simple straight up comparison between the numbers. FYI, I don't think anyone's watching the first season because it was so bad. But anyway. Straight up comparison between the numbers. The Season 2 numbers are 18.9% lower than Season 1. That's real bad. But it says this. However, if you factor in the runtime of the episodes, because that matters, the first season had a total runtime of 132 minutes for its 2-episode premiere, while the second season 3-episode premiere had a runtime of 204 minutes. So if you divide the total minutes watched by the runtime for the first season, it comes to around 9.4 million views. Now, if you do the same calculation for the second season, it comes to 4.9 million views. That is a 47% decline. That's staggeringly bad. Like, yeah. I mean, there's not really any way, there's no two ways about it. That's horrendous. And remember, ladies and gents, they had the opportunity to change this between seasons. So Season 1 came out. They had written Season 2, but they hadn't filmed it. There was a gap between filming it. Between Season 1 coming out and then Season 2 beginning to film. They had the opportunity to change stuff. They've also said in an interview they chose not to do that. So it's just sheer hubris and stupidity that have drove them down this path. It's just burying your head in the sand and going, la la la, not listening. La la la, not listening. Nah. Your opinions don't matter. Nah. Yeah, well, 47% decline is pretty bad, mate. It says this. That decline closely matches up with what Samba TV reported. So, 1.8 million people or households watched the premiere of the original season, right? And then only 902,000 watched the premiere of Season 2. It's about the same. Like, it matches up quite nicely, actually. But shockingly bad. Shockingly bad. That's so bad. It says this: none of this is surprising. Kim Masters at Hollywood Reporter revealed in 2023 that only 63% of individuals who watched part of the show's premiere back in 2022 did not complete the show. And that's the interesting thing about this, is a lot of shows find a new lease of life on streaming after the fact that they've come out. You know, they're underappreciated when they're first released, and then they just do better further down the line. This has not been that. It's had no additional audience. No additional audience has found this and liked it. There is no new people replacing the people that have stopped watching it. And that's another sort of damning metric to go by. But this is what they said back in 2023. While Amazon, like other streamers, provide only limited data, and internally it held information even more closely than usual on the series, I wonder why. Sources confirmed that The Rings of Power had a 37% domestic completion rate. Yeah, 37% of people that began watching it completed it. That's awful. Higher one outside, by the way, though. 45%. So, okay. But still not good. 50% completion rate would be solid, but not spectacular. What'd you expect? Like, honestly. Now, data analytics firm Luminate reported the show only garnered 63.2 million in its first, albeit only tracked a single day given Rings of Power release time. In its second week, the firm reported it only garnered 764.7 million minutes watched. By the third week, it declined to 372.7 million minutes watched. That's a 51% less from 764 to 7.7 million of the second week. So it's just declining. It's doing the same thing. Decline, decline, decline. Every single week it's declining. Fourth week it declined. Right? 346.4 million minutes. That's a 7% decline. So literally every single week a new episode comes out, more people decide that they don't want to watch it. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. It's highly likely that the show's viewership will continue to decline. I mean, can you imagine that? They lose like another 57% or whatever it is. Can you imagine that? In season 2, they lose another 50% of their audience. It seems to be going that way. That's so bad. So bad. Apparently they made Galadriel and whatever his face is kiss. What's this? Do elves just get down like that, do they? Alright, anyway. Elrond is Galadriel's son-in-law, just as an FYI. But, you know, who cares? Anyway, this is all lame. Yeah, Amazon really effed up here. Thoughts down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.